my name is Rachel and I'm 25 and I'm a digital product manager. The company that I work for create publications, data platform and events for people working in the water sector. We're a business to business or B2B organisation, which means that we sell to other companies. And what inspires me is being creative and being able to have something cool that you've produced to show for your time. So this is really the ideal role for me. So a digital product manager is a job where software development and business meet. So I have to have a good understanding of tech, but also of the company goals, marketing, who our customers are, and all sorts of things. And the thing that got me interested in this job was working in marketing before, and I did some website aspects. I really enjoyed this. So a job where I could use that marketing knowledge and technical knowledge was great. In my role, I'm responsible for lots of things. So first and foremost, I manage the development team who build all of our websites and digital products. The directors at the company will tell me their grand vision that they have for a website, and then I'm responsible for helping organise this into features. So things like messaging, interactive maps, calendars, all sorts of stuff. And I help create these things called wireframes, which are very basic designs with no colour, pictures or anything, but they just help to illustrate my ideas. And then I can sort of explain these to our designers, and our designers then turn these into mock-ups that the developers can use to follow to create their site. And I also have to work with lots of other teams throughout the company to try and find out what it is that customers want, and then once we've built something, I need to test it with them to check that they like it. On a day-to-day basis, I do lots of talking to people. It's really common in software development to have short meetings called stand-ups at the start of your day, where you talk about what you've been working on, what you're going to work on in the coming day, and any challenges that you faced so you can help each other out. I then have to check in on how different projects are doing, make sure everyone knows what tasks are the priority, and I also help the team work out how we might solve some technical problems. My job is the type of job where you're always learning, so I also have time to do online courses, read articles, watch tutorials, and all sorts of things to help make me better at what I do. As a digital product manager, one of the big advantages for me is that I get to work remotely. So I go into the office about one day a week, and then I'll have some important meetings in person, I'll see the team, and the other days I get to work from home, or sometimes other countries, depending on where I am. My team is quite small, there's only 7 of us, then there's about 100 people at the company, and yeah, as I said, I work with so many other different departments as well. A digital product manager is a bit of an obscure job that I didn't even know existed until I'd worked for a few years, but I'm so glad I found it. If I could go back and give my younger self some advice, it would be that the job you'll do when you're older is probably something that you haven't even heard of, or maybe it doesn't exist yet. Don't stress yourself out because you don't know what you want to do, or you aren't really interested in the jobs that you do know about. So in school, I was always really good at sciences and maths, but I never enjoyed them. I was so sure that I wanted to go into a sort of creative, arty career. And for my A-levels, I did English language, art, music, and maths. So it did creep in there in the end. But looking back now, I wish that I knew that there were so many interesting jobs that use a whole combination of skills. I think my best advice is don't let people pigeonhole you into one path. If you have a whole range of skills and interests, pursue them, because there will be a job somewhere that's looking for that combination and you might be one of the only people that could fill it. One really cool thing about my job, and this is very specific to my company, is that because so many of our customers are spread out around the world, I get to travel to events to go and meet them, and I can find out what they think about our sites so I can improve them. So I've been to Madrid, I went to Arizona, next summer I'll be going to Berlin, and another one of my favourite things about it is that I basically get lots of insider info and I'm quite nosy, so that's perfect for me. So I tend to be the person that gets told the kind of big exciting ideas before they happen, so that I can actually start turning them into step-by-step things that need to be built for us to be able to realise that. And another great thing about it is that working in tech, we tend to get cutting-edge equipment and software. So if you're working with technology, you obviously need quite powerful laptops and computers that are very high specification to be able to run all the programs and everything. And then we also get to try out new software and suggest things to people. And because at the rate technology changes, there's always something new, so it never gets boring. You don't have to do the same thing day in, day out. Always something new that's happening. One of the best pieces of advice that I've received about this job is to be confident in your soft skills. So I think because it falls under a tech job, people think you need to have all sorts of technical skills and that those are the only things that are important. But so much of my job is actually communication, organisation, and stuff like being able to build trust with my team, that I really don't think those skills should be undersold. And you'd probably be surprised to hear that in my job, I don't actually have to do any coding at all. So there's a very similar role called a technical product manager, and that does involve coding. If that's your path and that's what you enjoy doing. But yeah, for me, I don't have to, which is probably just as well because I'm not very good at it. However, on that note, the final thing I want to say before I finish this video is that it's very normal to not meet 100% of the requirements of the job that you're applying for. And in fact, if you do, it probably means that you're overqualified. So in my job, I have to hire people and train them up. And if someone is enthusiastic and seems like they would fit in well at the company, but they still need some training, that's more of a type of person that I'm looking for. You know, it's not your job to say who gets hired and who doesn't. That's for someone else to do. So don't rule yourself out before you even have a chance by not applying.